What is up, y'all? Ananuki Child here. Today, gonna talk about the Charlie Kirk situation and some of the inconsistencies in the story. Also, some of the, conspiracy theories that I've heard. Gonna go over all that. I don't know if he was killed, if he wasn't killed, but I believe that the story we're being told isn't truly what happened. I don't think that kid on the roof was able to get up on the roof, change clothes, assemble the rifle, make the shot, change clothes again, disassemble the rifle, get back down the roof, and then reassemble the rifle, wrap it in a towel, and ditch it. It just doesn't make sense. Along with the ballistics, the ballistics were never released from like a coroner's report or anything that showed if Charlie Kirk was shot in the neck with the 30-06. It just the sound of the bullet, it's more like a psh, like a crack, a 30-06 rifle, it's like a big boom, and you would have saw the entry and then hear the boom after, it's just the way from how far the supposed shooter was. That's just the way it would have went down. Also, a lot of people saying the hole in the neck was a exit wound, which to me that it looked more like an exit wound, not an entry. To me, I'm gonna go over a few of these other things. So another weird thing is there's a song in a book released the day before the shooting. That's really weird. Strange coincidence, I guess. There was a camera that was behind Charlie Kirk that right after the shooting, a dude gets up on a chair, moves the chair that Charlie Kirk was shot in, and goes and removes the camera that was right behind him above his head. That chair should have never been moved. That place should have been roped off as a crime scene. But instead, they're moving chairs around, taking cameras down, and that day into the next day, they totally dug up the area and laid down pavers. And there's pictures of these pavers being put down, and there's like a trap door there, right there next to where Charlie was speaking at. And that trap door thing, I don't know what it was used for. That was just really weird. And also for them to dig up the ground and start putting down pavers when it's a crime scene. Another thing is, okay, so I don't think that the shot was made from that rifle, as I stated. And there's this dude like standing right in front of Charlie Kirk, and he's got this hat on and a white shirt. Well, he holds his hand, and it looks like he's got something kind of in his hand like this, and he braces it up on his arm, and you hear like right when the shot happens, you kind of see his hand go like this, and you see like this little projectile moving away, going towards where Charlie was sitting. I don't know. I think that's probably more likely than the gunshot from the rifle. I don't know if it was like a little palm pistol or like an air gun or something like that. So that was weird. I've heard also things about a dye pack being used, like that maybe he was wired up with some sort of Hollywood effects, and then it blew outward like a dye pack, and then that's what the wire in his shirt going up was. Who knows about that? Just something I heard. I also heard that could have been a rigged earpiece. That like a lot of people saying the entry wound was behind his ear and it came out. Here where people were saying the entry wound originally was. Some people saying that his like earpiece was detonated or something like that. But I don't know, hard without the coroner report, right? Another thing is Candace Owens, okay? She was Charlie's good friend. Candace Owens was questioning about that camera that was tampered with or removed. And she knew the guy that took that down. And she said that the guy says he was doing it to get the evidence first, so no one could tamper with the evidence. Well, she was able to watch that tape, and from her mouth, she said there was no blood. There was no blood off the original tape showing behind Charlie. I think that's really strange, right? And another inconsistency, or what I've heard, is people saying some of the cameras that were set up, they weren't cameras at all, that they were projectors, right? And that kind of makes sense. People saying that there was just a hole and no blood, and some people saw blood, some people didn't. Some people say it was edited in. Well, here's what I think. Just a possibility. Maybe the reason there was no blood shown from the camera behind, because those cameras set up front were actually projecting the image, projecting the blood on his neck coming out. So those in front of him, that's what it looked like, because the image was hologrammed or projected onto his neck, right? From behind, you wouldn't be able to see that. So projectors weren't working from behind. That's just a theory. I'm not saying that's what happened. Just a little theory of mine. I also heard it. If he was killed, maybe it was, you know, he was speaking out against pharmaceutical companies, and then another certain country that I'm just not even going to mention. It's sensitive times with that country right now. I'm not even going to mention it, but I'm sure you guys can find that out. I also heard that like the body at the funeral was fake. I don't know. I don't want to disrespect and say it wasn't. If it was, these are just things that I've heard. I'm not saying any of this is truth or factual. This is just stuff I've researched and read about online. So that's pretty much it. Some people saying it's like a flèche device, which is like this. It's like a thick metal object that can be projected or shot out, which might make a better sense of the size of hole in his neck if that was real. So I don't know. That's really weird too about the book being released the day before he was killed. The shooting of Charlie Kirk. Strange. So anyway, that's just some of the conspiracy theories that I've heard. Figured I'd throw it out there if anyone was interested. So I would like to hear y'all's take on some of this too. Charlie, if he's gone, rest in peace. Sorry for his family and everything that I said in the previous videos. He was a good dude. If he is still alive, this is some serious psyop that everyone has to look at what the bigger picture of all this is and why they would be pushing such a false narrative for division, possibly. So anyway, y'all, that's what I got to say about that. Ananuki Child, signing out.